Good morning. My name is Miss Martin, and I am the AVID and English 1 teacher at Austin East High School. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about an experience that you're going to get to have on Monday, May 13th, with the ACT. The AVID program has worked with your school to provide you with a mini ACT experience to help you prepare for the real thing. So in this video, I'm going to be telling you about what the ACT next week will be like, what is good on the ACT, what can I do to increase my ACT score, what are the high school course requirements, what are options based on ACT scores and GPA, and then what is the ACT really like. On Monday, May 13th, we will begin promptly when you get to first block. Make sure you eat a good breakfast so you don't get hungry or sleepy, and make sure that you're not late to school so that you can start the test with your classmates. You will have a proctor in the class that gives you directions, similar to Tea and Ready. No electronics will be allowed because that would nullify your test. You will have to turn in all of your electronics to the proctor, so prepare for that in advance. The test will last about an hour and a half total, but there are 4 tests within the ACT, which we will talk about in a second. So in this mini ACT, you will take the English section, and it has been reduced to 30 questions, and you will have 18 minutes to complete those 30 questions. In the math section, you will have 25 questions, and you will have 25 minutes to answer those questions. That's about a minute per question. In the reading section, you'll have 20 questions, and you will have 18 minutes to answer those 20 questions. And in the science section, you will have 20 questions, and you will also have 18 minutes. I would also like to add that this is not the number of questions that are on the real ACT. It is much longer, and you will have a little bit longer time to answer those questions. But the ratio of time to question we have kept the same so that you can get a genuine experience with this test. So now you may be asking yourself, why should I do well on this? This is just a practice. What does it even matter? But this is an indicator of how well you will do on the real ACT. And the more that you practice, the more times that you try to take the ACT, the better that your score will be on the real ACT. Also, in addition, the math scores on this practice test that you take on Monday will help Austin East determine which math class you will take next year. So this is one of the data points that the math teachers will use to put you in the correct math class. So make sure that the math test especially is an accurate representation of your knowledge and your skills. So now that you've determined that you will do your best on this test, you need to decide what you want to score on the ACT and know what to shoot for. So for the English section, you need to get 67% correct for a 21. And we'll talk about the importance of scoring a 21 on the ACT later. But that's equal to scoring 20 correct out of the 30 questions that will be on your test on Monday. For the math section, you will need 52% of those questions for a 21. That's equal to getting 13 questions correct on the test. For the reading section, you need 58% correct for a 21, so that's 12 questions correct on your test out of the 20. And the same thing for science. It's out of 20, so you need to get 11 correct to get a 53%. So it's slightly lower to get a 21. So what are some tips and tricks to help you score a 21 on your practice ACT? Make sure that you answer every single question. Your questions will be marked wrong if they are blank. So if there are questions that you honestly if you do not know the answer to questions, you should pick a letter of the day. So that just means if you choose to answer C for all of the questions that you do not know, you're more likely to get some of the answers correct. than if you just bubble in random answers. You should also triage the questions, which means that you should sort them into questions that you kind of know, that you really know the answer to, and ones that you have absolutely no idea the answer to. That way you can spend most of your time on the questions that you really know how to answer and working on those, and then you can spend some time on the questions that you kind of have an idea on and give them your best effort. And then the ones you have no idea, you can just use your letter of the day and bubble those in. You should also get used to time restrictions. So that's part of the reason we're doing this practice test, is to help you get used to working quickly in a limited amount of time on a lot of questions. And then when you get to high school, you should really push yourself to take challenging high school courses, because the more challenging content you are exposed to, the better that you will do on rigorous tests like the ACT. So now we talk about why in the long run does the ACT matter? And why does it matter to get a 21 specifically on your ACT? Because you could still shoot for going all the way up to a 36, which is the highest score that you can get. But 21 is the magic number for a few reasons. First of all, you need this to get the Tennessee Hope Scholarship. And this is a scholarship that gives you several $1,000s each year to go to college in state. You have to get a 21 or over, or have a 3.0 GPA. You can get $3,500 for freshman and sophomore year, $4,500 for junior and senior year. The GPA can help you overcome that low ACT score, but a 3.0 is very challenging to get. So if you can make sure that you have a high ACT score, that can really help you out if you struggle to keep your GPA up. But this 21 is super important because it also helps you get into colleges. You have to submit your ACT score to colleges in order to be accepted. A lot of schools have a minimum ACT requirement. Some of them are at a 21 and some are higher. Some are slightly lower, but 21 is the average that you will need to be accepted into schools and to receive scholarship money. So it's really important that you try to get your ACT score up as much as possible. So good luck on Monday, and I hope that you enjoy the activities that you get to do. Now you're going to play a Kahoot to help you get more familiar with the ACT and its importance and what it's actually like. I'll see you guys on Monday. Good luck.